The coin in the image is a 1945 British halfpenny featuring King George VI on the obverse front, not shown in the image, and a depiction of Sir Francis Drake's ship, the Golden Hind, on the reverse back, shown in the image. This coin is a product of Britain's long and storied coinage history, minted during the waning years of World War II, a time when the British Empire was still vast, though increasingly burdened by global conflict and the economic pressures of war. Below is a full, extended 30-minute level explanation of this historic coin's design, context, history, and numismatic value. 1945 British halfpenny. Full historical and numismatic overview. Historical context: the era of King George VI, 1936 to 1952. The year 1945 was a monumental time in world history. It marked the end of World War II, a conflict in which Britain had played a central role. The reigning monarch, King George VI, had unexpectedly ascended the throne in 1936 after the abdication of his brother, Edward VIII. George VI, known for his humility, sense of duty, and leadership through adversity, became a beloved figure during the war years. His coinage reflects an era of both struggle and resilience for the British people. The coins minted under his reign, including this halfpenny, were not only a medium of exchange, but also a symbol of continuity and stability during uncertain times. Fleur-de-lis obverse front. Portrait of King George VI. While not shown in the image, the obverse of the 1945 halfpenny features a left-facing portrait of King George VI, designed by Thomas Humphrey Paget, one of the most prolific royal coin designers of the 20th century. The accompanying inscription reads, Georgiev 6D, G, BR, OMN, Rex F laughing face, INDM, which expands the Latin as Georgius Sextus Dei Gratia Britanniarum Omnium Rex Fidei Defensor Indi Imperator. Translation: George VI, by the grace of God, King of all the Britons, Defender of the Faith, Emperor of India. This long and formal inscription was typical of British imperial coinage before India's independence in 1947. The phrase IMP, Indi Imperator, would be removed from future coins after Indian independence. Anchor reverse back, the Golden Hind. The reverse of the coin, as shown in the image, features the legendary galleon Golden Hind, the ship commanded by Sir Francis Drake, the first Englishman to circumnavigate the globe between 1577 and 1580. The design, created by artist Thomas Humphrey Paget, was introduced in 1937 as a symbol of Britain's proud naval heritage and exploration. Design elements. The ship's sails are billowing as if in motion, reflecting maritime strength. The inscription halfpenny arcs above the ship. The date 1945 is placed prominently below. The designer's initials HP can be seen to the right of the ship's bow. The ship sits atop stylized waves, giving the impression of a dynamic, seafaring vessel. The choice of the Golden Hind reflects national pride in exploration, trade, and naval dominance, all of which were deeply ingrained in Britain's self-image at the time. Drake's circumnavigation was seen as a feat of national prowess, and this symbolism served to reinforce the empire's maritime legacy. Specifications of the coin. Featured detail. Denomination halfpenny, 1/2 D. Metal composition bronze, 97% copper, 2.5% zinc, 0.5% tin. Weight 5.67 grams. Diameter 25.5 millimeters. Edge plane, no reading. Mint, Royal Mint, United Kingdom. Mintage approximately 66,688,000 coins in 1945. Designer Thomas Humphrey Paget. Compass, symbolism, and national significance. The coin's maritime imagery and historical references serve more than decorative purposes. In 1945, at the conclusion of World War II, Britain was navigating transition from a dominant imperial power to a nation reckoning with decolonization, reconstruction, and a new geopolitical landscape. The imagery of the Golden Hind reinforced a romanticized connection to Elizabethan England, an age of exploration, boldness, and global reach. By referencing this period, the coin subtly conveyed Britain's aspirations to resilience and enduring greatness in the face of hardship. Money-bag numismatic value and collectability. The 1945 halfpenny is a common coin in terms of mintage, but carries significant historical interest. Its value today depends on condition. Grade/condition approximate value. As of 2025. Poor to fine circulated 10 cents to $1 USD. Very fine VF $1.50 to $2.50 USD. Extremely fine EF $3 to $5 USD. Uncirculated mint state $7 to $15 plus USD. Proof version rare higher depends on quality. While not rare, its historical context, aesthetic charm, and connection to King George VI and Britain's naval legacy make it highly collectible, especially in higher grades or as part of a World War II-era coin collection. Magnifying glass stilted-right collector notes. Look for well-defined rigging and ship details. These are the first features to wear off in circulation. Verify originality. Beware of overly polished or clean coins which reduce collector value. The 1945 coin is among the final issues of the Golden Hind half-penny before India's independence in 1947, which makes it a useful marker of late imperial British numismatics. Scroll closing thoughts. The 1945 British half-penny stands as a testament to a crucial year in modern world history, marking the end of the global war and the dawn of profound political and social change for the British Empire. Though modest in face value, the coin carries immense symbolic weight. With its depiction of the Golden Hind, it evokes the adventurous spirit of Britain's maritime past. Under King George VI's reign, this small coin encapsulated themes of endurance, exploration, and national pride during one of the most challenging periods of the 20th century. Whether admired for its design, historical resonance, or numismatic interest, the 1945 half-penny remains a cherished artifact of a bygone age. The 1959 British half-penny coin, featuring Queen Elizabeth II, stands as a numismatic piece in the early years of Her Majesty's reign, embodying both the legacy of British coinage and the socio-political atmosphere of post-war Britain. This bronze coin, modest in denomination yet rich in historical and cultural meaning, was issued during a period marked by the transformation of the British Empire into the Commonwealth and the rebuilding of the United Kingdom after the devastations of the Second World War. The 1959 halfpenny, or halfpenny, as it was affectionately known, was part of the pre-decimal system of currency, where 240 pence made a pound sterling and 2 halfpennies equaled 1 full penny. On the obverse of the coin is a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Mary Gillick, which debuted in 1953 and remained in use until 1970. This youthful, idealized image of the Queen shows her facing to the right, wearing a laurel wreath instead of crown, a classical symbol of victory and peace, underscoring her role as a modern constitutional monarch in an age still recovering from global conflict. Around the edge of the coin is a Latin inscription, Elizabeth II Dei Gratia Regina F. Laughingface : which translates to Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. The use of Latin links the monarchy to its deep historical roots and reinforces the Queen's role as head of both state and church. The reverse of the 1959 halfpenny features a detailed depiction of the sailing ship HMS Golden Hind, the famous galleon of Sir Francis Drake, symbolizing England's naval legacy and the spirit of exploration during the Elizabethan age, an era often nostalgically recalled as one of national strength and maritime supremacy. The design was created by Thomas Humphrey Paget, a prolific designer of coinage during the mid-20th century. The ship sails confidently to the left, with its rigging and sails rendered in fine detail. Below the ship appears a denomination halfpenny, and above it, the date 1959. The design's continuity since 1937, spanning both George VI and Elizabeth II's reigns, gives the coin a timeless feel and reinforces national continuity. The coin's composition is bronze, an alloy of copper, tin, and zinc, with a diameter of 25.5 millimeters and a weight of approximately 5.67 grams. It has a plain edge, and though relatively small in value, it played a vital role in everyday British transactions, used for small purchases, such as newspapers, sweets, or public transport fares. The Royal Mint, the institution responsible for producing British coinage for over 1,000 years, minted over 62 million halfpennies in 1959, making a common coin in circulation at the time. While most 1959 halfpennies hold minimal monetary value today due to their high mintage, their historical and sentimental significance is considerable, especially for collectors interested in early Elizabethan coinage or mid-20th century British history. The historical backdrop of the 1959 halfpenny is equally noteworthy. Britain in the late 1950s was navigating its identity in a rapidly changing world. The Suez Crisis of 1956 had marked the beginning of the end for Britain's role as a global imperial power. The nation was undergoing decolonization, with countries such as Ghana gaining independence. Domestically, the UK was experiencing a post-war economic recovery, a baby boom, and significant social change. The 1959 general election reaffirmed conservative rule under Prime Minister Harold Macmillan, who famously claimed, "You've never had it so good," referring to the improving standard of living. The coin, circulating in such an era, became a silent witness to this transformative time. As Britain prepared for decimalization in the 1960s, eventually introduced in 1971, coins like the halfpenny were seen as both increasingly outdated and charmingly nostalgic. The 1959 halfpenny thus occupies a special place in British numismatics, not for rarity, but for its evocation of Britain's straddling tradition and modernity, monarchy and democracy, empire and independence. For collectors and historians, this coin encapsulated a period of optimism, transition, and a deep reverence for heritage. Though obsolete in commerce today, it continues to offer a tangible connection to mid-century Britain, the early reign of Queen Elizabeth II, and the enduring artistry of British coinage.